Right, hello again. In the last couple of videos we talked about ladies' self-defense, okay, and in this one I want to talk a little bit about the legal ramifications of a lady defending herself, especially against a much larger man. Now, there's a couple of issues here. I mean, first of all, if for example I was getting angry and aggressive with Dawn, which is tempting sometimes. Okay, but first of all, does the response have to be proportionate? Okay, so let's say we're having a big argument, having a big fight, and I give her a good slap around the head. Now, is she entitled to hit me harder, or should she just slap me back? Because if she does slap me back, the chances are I'm now going to be very pissed off. Okay, if I am the type of guy that is actually likely to hit a woman in the first place, and again, they're not real men. Guys who attack women and hit women first, they're not real men. So, but if I was that type of guy that would hit in the first place and she hits me back, I'm going to be enraged. I'm going to be furious. So I'm likely to attack her with even more violence and more maliciousness. So if she hits me back with a proportionate strike, then the whole thing's going to escalate and she's likely to get very, very hurt. So that gives two options. Either she takes a strike, walks away and tries to get legal help, which obviously that's probably the most sensible thing to do if you can, go and get help. If you are in a situation where you're unable to walk away, the person's blocking your path, you can't get past them, and you think they're likely to hit you again and with even more force, then again, trying to hit back with a proportionate force is not really going to work for you. So if you happen to be in a gym, oh look, we're in a gym.
We are in a gym.
We are in a gym.
Yes.
Okay, and I happen to slap Dawn, and she knows I'm likely to hit her again, and she notices that at her feet there's a dumbbell. Now, is she legally entitled to hit me with a weapon? Because that's a huge escalation. Okay, it's a huge escalation to use a weapon. And I haven't used a weapon. Now, the law that I'm talking about is the law in England and Wales in the United Kingdom. If you're living in a different country, then you will have to check out the law in your own country or state, but I suspect it will be similar. Okay, but the law as it stands in England and Wales of the United Kingdom, if she honestly and instinctively believes that that is what she needs to do to save herself, then yes, she's legally allowed to do it, even though it means escalating the amount of force used and using a weapon. And there has been a spate of videos going around the internet recently of women filming themselves in gyms, and then if they see a guy, it's usually just a glance, the guy kind of glances at them, and then they're accusing him of being a stalker and being a pervert and being predatory. So I'm not talking about that kind of circumstances where maybe somebody's looked at you. Even if they do actually stare at you, and even if they are being a bit creepy, you are not entitled to go up and hit them with a weapon. If they are coming up and they are actually likely to do you physical, well, if you honestly and sincerely believe that they are going to do you physical harm, and that if you don't defend yourself, you are likely to get properly hurt, then you are allowed to escalate, and you are allowed to hit with a larger weapon. You are allowed to use a weapon. You're allowed to strike first. But we're in a situation where I'm arguing with Dawn, and I'm right up in her face like this. Okay, if I decide to hit from there, she's got absolutely no chance of defending against it. I wouldn't have a chance of defending against it. If she come we're up in her face and she headbutts me. Now, from that kind of closeness, you've got no chance of defending. Okay, so waiting for the other person to hit you first is ludicrous. But like I say, if you are able to remove yourself from the situation, that should always be your first recourse. Okay, we are not talking about ego against ego. Oh, he insulted me, why should I put up with that? No, that doesn't matter. I'm sorry. You can remove yourself from the situation. You are legally obliged to remove yourself from the situation. Okay, fighting or violence is always the last resort. But if you are in a position where you cannot leave the situation, I may be blocking the exit or blocking her path to the exit, I'm getting really angry and I'm escalating, then she is allowed to strike first if she honestly and sincerely believes that she's in imminent danger, and she's allowed to use a weapon. She's allowed to use much more force. And the force does not necessarily have to be proportionate to the force that I'm applying to her. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have done another one which goes into legalities of self-defense in a lot more detail, and I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. So on the end screen you'll see a link to a much more detailed video on the law. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment below, and thank you very much.